Something is happening right now, quietly, slowly, almost unnoticed. The signs are not in the future anymore, they are already here. And most people are too busy, too distracted, or too comfortable to see them. Stay with this message because what you are about to hear may change the way you look at the world forever. Hourglass not done fire. These signs are happening right now, and yet the world keeps moving as if nothing is wrong. People wake up, go to work, scroll on their phones, laugh, argue, plan their future, but very few stop to ask one question. Why does everything feel like it is getting closer to something? There is a strange tension in the air, like the earth itself is waiting for a moment that has already been written. The words spoken long ago about the last days were never meant to sound comfortable. They were warnings not to create fear, but to wake those who are sleeping. Because the truth is, the signs were not meant to appear all at once. They were meant to come one by one, slowly, until the world becomes exactly like it was foretold. Globe showing Europe Africa warning. Look around carefully and you will see patterns that did not exist before. Nations are rising against nations, not only with weapons but with anger, division, and confusion. People no longer trust leaders, and leaders no longer know how to lead. What used to shock the world now feels normal. Things that once made people stop and pray now only make them scroll to the next video. This is one of the clearest signs because the prophecy never said the world would only become violent. It said hearts would grow cold. When hearts grow cold, people stop caring, and when people stop caring, they stop noticing the warnings. Snowflake. Another sign happening right now is the speed of everything. Life is moving faster than any generation before. News spreads in seconds, rumors travel in minutes, and events that would take years now happen in days. Feels like time itself is being shortened. Many people feel it but cannot explain it. Days pass quickly, weeks disappear, and years feel like months. This is not just imagination. When the world begins to approach the final chapter, everything begins to move faster because the time that remains is not as long as people think. Stopwatch. There is also a strange increase in fear, even when people pretend to be strong. You can see it in conversations, in the news, in the way people talk about the future. Many are afraid of war, afraid of collapse, afraid of things they cannot control. But instead of turning to God, many turn to distractions. Entertainment becomes louder, jokes become darker, and people try to laugh away the feeling that something is not right. This was also spoken long ago that people would be eating, drinking, buying, selling, building, and celebrating right up to the moment everything changes. Not because they are evil, but because they did not believe the time was near. Performing arts. Another sign happening right now is deception. There are more voices than ever before, more opinions, more teachings, more predictions, more claims about truth. Everyone says they know what is right, yet confusion keeps growing. When truth becomes hard to recognize, people begin to follow whatever feels good instead of what is right. This is exactly how the last days were described. A time when many would be misled, not because they wanted lies, but because lies would sound easier to accept than truth. And when truth becomes uncomfortable, people choose comfort instead. Loudspeaker. You may also notice how the world feels more unstable, like it is standing on something that is shaking. Economies change suddenly, leaders change suddenly, plans fail suddenly. Things that looked strong begin to look weak. This is another sign because the world was never meant to be permanent. When the end approaches, the things people trusted the most begin to show their limits. The more people try to control everything, the more they realize they cannot control what is coming. Cloud with lightning. There is also a spiritual sign that many people ignore. More people are searching, asking questions, feeling empty even when they have everything. Success no longer satisfies like it used to. Pleasure no longer lasts like it used to. People feel like something is missing, but they cannot explain what it is. This is not an accident. When the time draws closer, the soul begins to feel it before the eyes see it. The world can offer comfort, but it cannot offer peace. And when peace disappears, it is a sign that the world is not the final home. Sparkles. Right now, the biggest sign is not only what is happening around us, but how people react to it. Many see the signs but say, everything will continue as normal. Others say, people have always said the end is near. And some simply say, I don't want to think about it. But the prophecy never said everyone would believe. In fact, it said most would not notice until the moment arrives. That is why the signs come quietly first, not loudly. They come like footsteps in the night, like a clock ticking in the background, like a warning that only those who listen carefully will hear. 12 o'clock. If you are hearing this right now, it may not be by accident. Maybe you feel that something is different. Maybe you feel that the world is changing in a way that cannot be explained by news or politics alone. Maybe you feel that we are living in a time that people will talk about for generations. These feelings are not meant to scare you. They are meant to wake you. Because the purpose of the signs was never to make people panic, but to make people prepare. The truth is, the signs are happening right now, and most people do not notice. But those who watch, those who listen, and those who seek the truth will understand that the world is not moving randomly. It is moving toward a moment that was spoken about long ago. And when that moment comes, many will say they did not expect it, even though the warnings were always there. So do not ignore the signs. Do not laugh at the warnings. Do not say there is still plenty of time. Watch carefully, stay awake, and keep your heart ready, because the days we are living in may be closer to the end than anyone wants to admit. Fire hourglass not done.